in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars in LaBelle Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, a group with a lot to prove here today. Taking on a team from the Big 12, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. So BYU's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
Backing up on the first 2 plays, now to try to throw it and drive on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Thompson wants to throw. Makes the grab. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Man, this guy has had a tremendous season. When you're getting mentioned for the Heisman Trophy as a true freshman running back, that is absolutely insane. And you've seen it all throughout the years, the big plays, the explosiveness, the speed. This guy has been unbelievable.
It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on 3rd down. He'll try to get it through the air. Trying to beat the DD. And the misconnection on 3rd down. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Oh, and he missed it. No good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. He threw a pick on the initial drive, but they have it back, and we're still looking for our first points of the game. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
He's got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Buckmeyer. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here comes the offense onto the field again. He'll start this drive firing. It's complete. Oh, he got loose. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback
turning it on. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with a 15-yard pickup. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. Might as well give it to him again. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Working that left side now. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the end route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
On target. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Steps into the end zone for a touchdown. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. Bowling Green is in front. They've been impressive today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by a field goal over Akron. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll move the wide receiver. The give to the single back. It's that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16. Gonna have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. Back to pass, it's Bachmeier. They needed a big play, and they got it, and the foot down for the first down.
Well,
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? The Cougars have their offense in high gear. Gets it to the back on the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
Here we go. Ready?
They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second.
Let's go. Right. Single, single.
Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? Using the quick game. There he goes. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. To the air. It's Bachmeier. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. All wideouts, no backs. downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. They're dealing with a second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Makes the grab. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I don't think anybody expected this true freshman to jump in the scene here in college football and just explode the way he has. He has been making big plays week in and week out, and that's why this true freshman is square in the middle of the discussion when you're talking about Heisman Trophy.
They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Offense in the hurry up. Looking to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on second down. Shoots it to the left. He's got an open man. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down. First down. First down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
Finds his man. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Thompson to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Snags it. And it's in there for a touchdown.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Line getting set on second down. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds his man. It's Hagan. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Cougars come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on third down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. That one's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be dead at the 35-yard line. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. They found a little running room out of the Wildcat, still short of the first down marker. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Davis. Oh, he's got some space. Running inside the 20. And no one is going to catch him. Cruises into the end zone for a touchdown.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet here.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. That drive took no time at all. Couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Bachmeier. Quick strike complete. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Wants to go up top on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle. It's Hagan. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. BYU right back to the line. He wants to throw it again. Finds his man. It's Hagan. Breaks into the open. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Bringing the heat. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Wants to fire on second down. There's a heat. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Snagged in the middle. It's Roberts. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They boot it away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat's going to give them a different look and some room to work. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27. He's piled up 97 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Find some fresh air. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Direct snap. It's Bell. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again. It's complete on the right side.
And a really nice job on the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Unleashes one. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. And it's 3rd down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They already have the lead, and they apparently want more here in the first half, going for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
And this one splits the uprights. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Provo. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to our broadcast team inside Lavelle Edwards Stadium.
Deep to start the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Third quarter on the ground. Into a massive giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Thompson wants to throw. And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's going to let one go back to the middle. Makes a connection. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. He'll get rid of it. Got his man downfield. The spin, still on his feet. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Got his man. Turning it on. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. He wants to change this route. Looks as if he's going to run it. They use the sideline and get him out of bounds right at the 9. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. Now sliding to his left. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Thompson to throw. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a fifth. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Fires left. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Here's the return. Slips through the line. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now on 2nd down. The offense changing the play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And as he throws, can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Trying to pick up a 1st down. It's 3rd and long. Let's see if he's got enough juice in that arm. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Under fire. Got out of trouble and throws. Makes the grab, it's Hagan. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. The Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Unloads to the right. Wide open downfield. Racing to the right. Touchdown, BYU! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. To the air on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And that's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
On the snap, it's Davis. There he goes. The 50. He's inside the 40. At the 20. Lean for the wire. Touchdown.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
BYU has him back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. They'll leave it with him. Across the 25. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, BYU! An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. On the direct snap, it's Davis. Lots of running room. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Saunters into the end zone for a touchdown.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting showdown in the MAC today, men. Take a look at how things are playing out. Bowling Green is in front. They've been impressive today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by 10 over Akron. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He's got it! And they will score! Touchdown, Cougars! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Got room to work. Oh, he's got some space. The 40. The 20. Past the 10. Finds the finish line for the touchdown.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Davis. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Wide open spaces. Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
He'll pull it down. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold it.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. Scanning the field, it's Bachmeier. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. No good. I guess the idea was to chip away at a big lead. Consider the lead not chipped away yet. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Davis. Breaks into the open. The 40. The 20. And it's in there for a touchdown.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down the end zone.
That's caught. It's Phillips. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. Caught behind the line. It's Hagan. Touchdown, Cougar! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he steps out of bounds at the 2-yard line. What a terrible decision on that one. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's Davis. Finds a hole, and he'll pick up 6 out to the 8-yard line. Lining up in the wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the snap, it's Davis. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Turning it on. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat's going to give him a different look. Creates a little room. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Oh, he's got a chance. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
Finds a little space. Got the first down and more. And into the end zone for a touchdown. And that might be a dagger. They push the lead out, and they are now setting their sights on their 12th straight win.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Dropping back, it's Hillstead. Makes the grab. Nice job by this guy finding the slot guy on a drag.
Yeah, the receiver just working his way across the field, giving his quarterback a nice, easy target. That's an easy completion.
Going to sling it on second down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, if I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there, if I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly...
There he goes. Past the 20. And he'll take it in for a touchdown. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap and you've got a touchdown on the board. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
They'll run the screen. Oh, a lot of space. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. To throw, it's Hillstead. Into the end zone. Touchdown, BYU! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And he's out of bounds at the 1-yard line. What a terrible decision and return there. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. Oh, better look out. Got enough for the first. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like...
Oh, he's got some space. The 40, at the 30. He's at the 10. Steps into the end zone for a touchdown. They've stretched out this lead, and they're starting to smell their 11th win of the year.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. From the gun, the ground game. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Right back to him on the ground. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. And the Cougars are facing 3rd and inches. They'll run the sneak for it. Gets it past the first down marker and still running.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so...
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Looking for a man. It's Hillstead. They've got the screen set up. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, Who knows how they got that thing back? And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin, and you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. The give on the inside. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
Pulls and fires complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Timeout called by the defense, 27 seconds to go. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And they'll just down it right there.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Snap to the back. Slithers into space. They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the wildcat there. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it showed today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.